Hello everyone. Today I am telling you details definition of some geographical terms. The first one is alluvial fan. When a river enters the plain area after crossing the mountainous area, its speed reduced drastically and the sediments brought down with it get deposited at the river bed. This deposition looks like a fan and therefore it is called a alluvial fan. Now the arc. When the headlands extend well into the sea, they got eroded and the sea arches are formed. They are found mostly in the regions of having soft sedimentary rocks like sandstone or limestones. Now the Barchan or Barghan crescent shaped sand dunes. The convex side of the dune is the windward side, while the concave side is opposite the flow of the wind. The windward convex side has a gentle slope, while the concave side is steep. The next one will be beaches. Land between two headlands. Because of the headlands, coast is somewhat protected from the onslaught of the waves. Waves coming to the coast undergo the refractions continuously. Because of these refractions, waves converge at the headlands while they diverge between two headlands. Consequently, the energy stored in them also bifurcates. Now, the next one is biological weathering. Weathering caused due to the living organisms or biological weathering, and the block disintegration. Weathering happening due to the water entering into crevices and joints of rocks. Mainly, the joints or the crevices broaden the blocks of rocks and separate them. Buoyancy, the force of a liquid acting in a vertical direction which opposes sinking of a floating object with increasingly density of the liquid. Buoyant force increases. The caves, open and hollow space formed beneath the ground through the natural process is called caves. Caves are formed due to the chemical weathering of rocks. We find many small and large caves in limestone region. Chemical weathering. Weathering occur through the chemical reactions. These weathering happen in regions of humid climate. Major processes include the carbonation, solution, oxidation, etc. In equatorial area, chemical weathering happens up to considerable depth. The next one is choropleth map of geography. A method of preparing distributional map area related statistical information is used in this method. One value is assigned to the whole. Again, different tints of the colors are used of different values and the map is prepared accordingly. Cirque and horn landforms produced due to the erosional work of a glacier. Both the landforms are produced in the areas where the glaciers originate. After snowfall, the snow does not start flowing immediately like water, it gets deposited. It deposits more than at the base than the slope. When many layers of snow get deposited, the lower layers face pressure from the above and run into ice, while turning into ice, and because of the pressure, some ice at the bottom turns into water due to friction. The next one is class interval in geography. The difference between the higher boundary and the lower boundary of a class is called class interval. While making choropleth or isopleth maps, 5 to 7 classes are made considering the maximum and minimum values of the variable. Color tints. The colors are used to show the various types of the regions on the thematic maps. In choropleth or isopleth maps, various tints of the same color are used. Concentric layers of the hail. When the hails are formed, they move up and down continuously because of the upward movement of the air currents. As they go higher altitude, a new layer ice gets deposited around it. As this happens frequently, many layers get deposited on the top of each other. Such layers are called concentric layers of the hail and its downpour along with precipitation. Conglomerate. The pebbles in the sediments at the bottom of the river consolidate together because of the mud and rock gets formed. When such material is subjected to pressure, the pebbles are in it easily visible. Convection current, a flow in which the movement occurs in upward, downward, and circular directions, like the flow in the boiling water. The next one is deficit, which is the economical term, the situation arising when supply is less than the demand. Next one, delta, land formed due to the depositional work of a river at its mouth. In the lower course of the river, the flow of the river is very slow, but the volume of water has increased. Sediments brought down with the flow get deposited in the river bed itself, and the flow of the river gets divided into many channels. These are known as braided channels. Later, where the rivers meets the sea waves somewhat oppose the river flow, and therefore a large amount of deposition of the sediments occurs. Many channels form out of the main river and meet the sea independently. Such channels are known as distributaries. The part of two distributaries is made up of sediments, the seaward side of the broader while the landward side is tapered. This is look like a triangle, and therefore it is known as delta. Delta we can see at the mouth of the river where it meets the ocean. There are also types of delta like bird's foot delta, arcuate delta, and so on. So these are the some geographical terms I have given you in detail, and if more and more I will give you in my next video. And if you want to know any detail about all these topics, please write down in comments. Thank you.